This episode picks up right where the last one left off, with Ladybug and Cat Noir basking in the adoration of the people of Paris. But their victory is short-lived, as the newly crowned monarch threatens to attack the city unless they hand over their Miraculous. Does anybody notice that the Peacock Miraculous is missing from the circle? Cat Noir is done listening to Monarch, so with just 2 jump he manages to make it all the way to Monarch's Akuma phone and destroy the shelter with a single strike of his staff. Cat Noir then gives a little wave to the audience. Now Gabber is standing in his repository, gloating to Emily about his impending victory. Of course, our heroes aren't about to let this happen, and we launch into a polarity-responding scene swap.
Our victory is almost complete.
Monarch's victory will never be complete.
Silence!
We will not be forced into silence.
We will not be prisoners to Monarch.
You are not my prisoners. You are my slaves.
Gabber is also treating the kwamis like dirt, and he has the nerve to call them stupid creatures.
And you stupid creatures.
He chooses the phone a friend option, but decides to answer the question on his own, rather than listening to Natalie's advice. He unifies the butterfly and rabbit Miraculous and enacts his plan. Love it or hate it, we get the first look at Monarch in his mosaic outfit. We jump back to Ladybug, who's trying to figure out how Monarch stole the Miraculous. But before she can say Tikki spots on, a burrow opens and then Monarch himself shows up, looking like he just got hit with a bus. But that's not all. Then out comes a weird-looking Cat Noir and a Ladybug, hot on his trail, before disappearing into another burrow. Monarch arrives from yet another burrow to explain the situation. Meanwhile, Monarch is up to no good, hatching a devious plan to travel back into time and to steal the Miraculous from Ladybug and Cat Noir when they're at their most vulnerable. Once in the burrow, Monarch uses a portal to travel back to the events of Lady Wi-Fi. But just as he's about to strike, Monarch, Ladybug and Cat Noir enter the burrow, realizing that Monarch is creating an alternate timeline by changing his past. But Monarch has overlooked one important detail. Monarch is a total boss. She hits rewind and Ladybug removes Monarch from the timeline. But Monarch isn't going down without a fight. He opens his cane, unleashes the kwamis, and prepares for battle. He adds pollen, tricks, and ways to his get-up. Ladybug tries to stop him, but throws her off like yesterday's garbage. Monarch then creates of himself, which distracts the heroes, and stabs Monarch in the back with some venom. But the heroes still manage to prevent him from stealing the rabbit Miraculous. Desperate, Monarch fuses the Dragon Miraculous and uses Wind Dragon to escape through a portal to the events of Repose. Cat Noir tosses the Rabbit Miraculous to Ladybug so she can open the portal, but she's like, nah, you take it, bro. We're a team. Cat Noir unifies with the Rabbit Miraculous and becomes Rabbit Noir, because all the good rabbit superhero names must have already been used. Before the heroes trace Monarch through some time portals, we notice the animators forgot to add Rabbit Noir's 2 highlights.
Ready to lose, Ladybug? No more Ladybug and Cat Noir. Have they destroyed themselves? How's that possible? You already used catch us in the sewers.
Let's take a shortcut. He's the one who will be in for a surprise.
I'll go this way. You go that way. Boss off. There!
Got it!
We stop in 1940s France. Ladybug demands the jewels back, but Monarch adds the dog Miraculous and uses the ball to tag the rabbit watch while passing out from power overload. The heroes just stand there in shock, rather than ripping the Miraculous off Monarch's limbed body. They could have easily grabbed Monkey, Bee, and Horse off the head. They could have taken the snake from the wrist. The tiger would have been a bit harder to take off, but the rooster and turtle from the other hand would have been not easy. The pig's a bit far down the leg to get quickly, and who wants to pull the ox from the nose? The heroes managed to retrieve the rabbit Miraculous, but in the brief distraction of seeing Master Fu and being struck by lights, Monarch retrieves the watch back and activates shelter again. Ladybug is like, use your cataclysm, and Rabbit Noir is like, I already did. Monarch then disappears, and this time the heroes can't make it into the burrow portal too.
Burrow! You'll never get that Miraculous!
Ladybug does what any hero would do in a tight situation. She calls upon her lucky charm. Her lucky charm is a mini miracle box. They reminisce about Heroes Day, but Ladybug has no idea how to use it. But just as she's starting to lose hope, Rabbit Noir knows just what to say.
You'll figure it out. You always do. Take your time.
Meanwhile, Monarch has just fallen off a moving car and sees Ladybug and Cat Noir inside. He thinks he's got an easy target, but he's in for a shock, literally. He crawls into an alleyway and releases the kwamis, demanding an explanation. Sass, the sussiest kwami in town, is not impressed with Monarch. It turns out that Monarch has overused their powers until they have no energy left, and they need to take regular snack breaks. Sass warns Monarch that if they keep this up, the kwamis won't be the only ones destroyed. Monarch opens another barrel to return to the present, surprising Natalie. And anybody else who just happens to be sitting on the train. Still 90s 40s France, Ladybug and Rabbit Noir meet up with Master Fu and ask for the Dog Miraculous.
Ladybug,
Master
Rabbit
Fu
Noir,
gives
you
his
can
classic
I
speech.
trust to fight alongside you in this mission. Choose wisely. Such powers are meant to serve the greater good. They must never get into the wrong hands.
Where the last line hits a little differently.
They must never fall into the wrong hands.
As all of this is happening, Alex is entering the museum with her father. They talk about doing what you love, but her father looks sad. When Alex asks him why, he says so he can remember her on this important day. Alex seems more like the sporty, artsy type than engineering, but okay. Upon seeing Ladybug and Rabbit Noir emerge from the rabbit's burrow, Alex becomes excited. Ladybug asks Alex for a big favor, presenting her with a Dog Miraculous. Alex was confused as it wasn't the Rabbit Miraculous, but Ladybug explains it has been stolen by Monarch, and they need her help to get it back. It's complicated, okay? Ladybug sadly informs Alex that once the Rabbit Miraculous is recovered, she will have to keep wearing it to protect it until Monarch is defeated. So say goodbye to your timeline, Alex. But hey, at least her dad seems cool with it. How does he stay so calm? Well, it turns out Alex has been sending him postcards and letters of her superhero adventures so he wouldn't worry. I thought dinosaur tongues had bones in them so they couldn't extend. It's also the older Bunnocks in the photo, not young Bunnocks. How long has she been gone for? Alex then transformed in one of the quickest transformation sequences, like all other Dog Miraculous holders before her. She then enters the burrow where she gets to see future self, paralyzed in time. Ladybug explains the plan and we see Carnigal make her magical link with the Rabbit Miraculous. The heroes then head off to Heroes Day, but not before Ladybug leaves the mini miracle box behind. Back on the train, Natalie feeds the kwamis because she is a smart traveller and packs snacks. But was this in her pocket, or did she go back to her seat to get it? Natalie suggests he drop off some information to his past self about fixing the Peacock Miraculous before Emily uses the damaged Peacock Miraculous and gets sick. What's with the really different colour eyebrows to his hair? But he loves the idea, so he transforms into Monarch and hops back into the burrow. He finds the timeline he's looking for, and we see young Gabe hand Emily the damaged Peacock Miraculous and say, "Are you sure you're ready? Like, are you ready to go create Senti Adrien?" As the past event people walk away, he gets ready to drop the flash drive. But just as he's about to drop the goods off, he sees the Lucky Charm Miraculous box and gets paranoid that Ladybug and Rabbit Noir are gonna stop his plan. He ditches dropping the flash drive and heads back to Heroes Day instead. Lucky for Ladybug, she's got some help from Candy Girl and they manage to defeat Monarch, taking back the Rabbit Miraculous when Candy Girl unifies it with the Dog Miraculous. Look, there's fluff. I guess they told her off-screen how to unify Miraculouses. Looks like she doesn't need her umbrella either. Oh wait, there it is. Ladybug then uses her powers to fix all the damage caused by Monarch, and adult Alex/Monarch returns to normal. Nobody bothers to transform properly.
Thanks, the power of time is way cool.
Just pull off their Miraculouses. Alex then goes to hand back the Rabbit Miraculous, even though Ladybug said she would need to hold on to it.
Once we've retrieved the Miraculous of Time, you won't return it to me. You'll have to continue wearing it in order to protect it until Monarch is defeated.
Adult Alex and young Alex both then transform without feeding Fluff. Has anybody fed her today? Young Bunnocks gets the same transformation sequence.
Fluff! Clockwise!
It's It's then time to clean up the timeline, so young Bunnocks returns the dog Miraculous to Master Fu, and adult Bunnocks whisks Monarch back to the present time. And in true time travel fashion, Ladybug, Cat Noir and Monarch end up back at the rooftop, so it's all good in the hood. But Ladybug didn't learn from the past mistakes, and Monarch escaped again with the help of the Dragon Miraculous.
Ways, tricks long, unified! Wind Dragon!
No, not again!
Cat Noir tries to reassure her by pointing out that they did manage to retrieve one Miraculous, and once Monarch is defeated, they'll be able to get them all, and Alex can come back to her own town. Meanwhile, in dark and moody repository, Gabriel stands next to Emily, lamenting his failures and asking her for forgiveness. He admits that he could have changed everything, but he didn't. Suddenly, he receives a call from Natalie, who asks if the plan worked. Well, wouldn't you be better if it did? Gabriel responds with a no, blaming Ladybug for stealing the rabbit Miraculous from him and begging her to help in coming up with a new plan. But Natalie's not having any of it. She calls Gabriel out for choosing his obsession with Ladybug and Cat Noir over changing the past, calling him insane, telling me he doesn't deserve her or anyone's help. Gabriel screams in frustration as the end card appears. So if Gabriel succeeded, then Emily wouldn't have fallen ill, and he wouldn't have become a Hawkmoth, which means our favourite superheroes wouldn't have gotten their Miraculous and saved the day. If Gabriel never became Hawkmoth, he wouldn't have travelled back in time to give his younger self the knowledge to fix the Picker Miraculous, which means the whole timeline would be a hot mess.